Welcome back from classical conditioning. Operant conditioning also involves prediction. Here, what we're trying to predict is what our behavior leads to. So if I'm a rat in a box, in a Skinner box, and I press the lever and it leads to food, then I conclude that my behavior led to that food because of the predictive validity of my pressing the lever and leading to food. Now let's jump into something called the cumulative record and look at what happens. This figure from page 169 in your textbook shows the cumulative record displays of what happens if you use one of 4 different types of schedules of reinforcement. Now let's focus on how prediction plays out, particularly in one of them, the fixed interval schedule in the upper right-hand corner. Now, a fixed interval schedule occurs when an animal is placed on a schedule of reinforcement where the lever that he's going to press, let's say, to get food, becomes active maybe every 30 seconds. So what happens is the animal does not know for sure when the next lever press will deliver, but the animal does know that the lever press is not going to deliver immediately after a reinforcement has been made. Let's take a close look at one of those scallops that we just saw in the cumulative record for a fixed interval schedule. So here's a diagram which shows the cumulative record. And let's suppose the animal has just received the reinforcement at this point here. What we know from the previous slide or previous discussion was that there'll be a period where the animal doesn't respond. That means the time is running along, but there's no increase in the cumulative record. But as the time begins to go along, remember the rat does not have a stopwatch or anything like this, it begins to become concerned that maybe the lever is active. And so it starts to go up like this and respond at a higher and higher level until it's pressing pretty quickly. Then another reinforcement occurs, and then the animal immediately knows after it consumes it that it's not going to get one for a while, so it goes along at a horizontal level, not pressing the lever, and then finally starts up again. So the animal's functioning in a way to understand the predictive validity of when the reinforcement is available. Now, if you think this only applies to rats, consider the following fact. Students typically don't study right after an exam. In fact, we call this in animals and in humans the period of post-reinforcement pause, where you take a break because you're pretty sure that nothing of consequence is going to happen because you just got something. And you know the way the world works. In this case, if you just get something, you don't get something again. Now, if you go back and look at the earlier clip, you'll notice that on the variable interval reinforcement schedule, where the animal isn't sure when the next lever press is going to be active and deliver a reinforcement, it could be 1 second, it could be 20 seconds, the animals press all the time. And that would be like me teaching this class. If I gave surprise hourly exams, surprise midterm exams at any point during the course, if I did that, you would study all the time, and you'd probably also hate me.